Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Laura with Stitching with Laura. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody is having a great Saturday. Sorry, just walked through the door. I need a drink of coffee. It's been a long morning, and you'll find out later what went on. But first, whoops, sorry, and I hit the thing. It's Mystery Saturday, so we'll get into our little thing and see what it is. Stir them up a little bit and pick one. And the winner for the day is Beautiful Scenery of Park. And it is a pre-stamped stitching. So I'll be back with it and we'll get started. Be right back. Hang on. Gotta get it together. Whoa. Alright. So now we're going to meet up with this corner over here. Whoops. Alright, there you go. Pull it through. Okay, and then now we got to go to the opposite corner. Count 3. Right here, on this edge.
1, 2, 3.
And make it a corner. Right there. Okay.
Sometimes it feels like it's coming out.
I know. We need a longer string. So, now we got to come up to this corner and meet with this corner over here. I'm going to push it through this time because
okay.
There we go. I thought it was going to be harder. Okay, go ahead. Pull through. Now we go to diagonal.
Diagonal with that?
Nope, down. From here, 1, 2, 3, right here. Nope. All right, I'm back, and this is it's called the Beautiful Scenery of Park. And as you can see, it is a Joy Sunday, and it's an 11 count, and it's 70 by 55. So it's fairly big, but I've got it folded today so that I can actually work with it. Let me get that out of my way and the thread out of my way. It's been a morning. Oh my goodness. I am so glad to be home. Hang on. Whoops. I was trying to pull you down so you could see what I'm doing and move you over. Sorry, now that everybody's totally sick. And yeah, so I went to the stitch store, or the fabric store, and of course they didn't have any needles. They had regular sewing needles, so, and he didn't have a clue what a yarn needle was, so I gave up on that idea. And then I went to the dollar store and picked up a few things, and went to my daughter's house, and we had our lovely little Valentine high tea, if you will. But it was just us girls today because my grandson decided he was going to go and work on cars with his dad. And I'm like, okie dokie. So we had our nice little tea thing. It was nice. We had hot chocolate, and my daughter got little miniature cupcakes at the grocery store. So we had that, and she got a little bit of candy for the kids for Valentine's Day because they didn't get to have their Valentine party at school, of course. Silly things. So, yeah, it was great. So we got done with that, and I put in a picture of our high tea and a little bitty short video of my granddaughter and I trying to attempt to stitch. So it'll take some practice. My daughter has to go to Walmart tomorrow because they have to pick up some stuff for her husband's work. And so she was going to look for some more plastic canvas if she could, or some kind of a real small project. But my granddaughter, she had fun. She liked it and all that. And I didn't get a chance to sew the doll dress because, you know, we were just busy trying to learn how to stitch. So I'll take that home with me. I'll take it home. It is home. Jeez. I brought it home so I can just fix that up some days. Barbie will be good to go for the next big highfalutin thing she's got to go to. Holy cow. Did I tell you how much I really hate working on Barbie clothes? They're so small. I made my daughter, when she was little, a bunch of Barbie clothes, and I had a sewing machine. And I just made dresses that were, I took apart one of her dresses and used it as a, what do you call it? Like a template, you know, because I was probably in a place where I couldn't find patterns, you know, readily. Not a very big town as usual. And it was a long way off. And of course at that time, no money, and we did what we did. So we got it done. But yeah, that was a piece of work. My fingers were bleeding by the time I was done making Barbie doll clothes. And then I swore never to do it again. So this is just a repair, so we'll get on with it. But we had a good time and had fun. And my granddaughter, she'll get it sooner or later. And so she can practice. And I left her one of my project bags so she'd have something to put her yarn in and feel like she was hot stuff, you know, to be able to put her projects in a bag. And told her she had to keep it all there, and she had to sew in front of her mother so she didn't take a needle to bed with her. You know, we can't afford any oopsies. So, yeah. As you can see, I worked on part of this before and got this whole corner done, except for those little bitty green stitches right in there. Hopefully you can see that. Let me see. I'll try to bring it out a little bit. There we go. But there's like 4 stitches right there of another color. So I'm glad it's this today, because I couldn't handle too much more. I'm plumb wore out from all my instructing. Right in the middle of it, my granddaughter goes, "It's really hard to teach, isn't it, Grandma?" It's like, yeah, sometimes you just have no idea, child. Especially since I hadn't had to teach anybody anything, like one-on-one, for a very long time. So, but she had fun, and we had treats, and oh, and I brought home some flowers. I'll try to take a picture of it before I do the video to put it all in there. She didn't give me the cup, though. It was a cup that I got from my sister that belonged to my mom. I don't know. She might have gotten flowers. My dad was always getting my mom flowers. He liked to do that. And so I just thought it was tall enough for what they were. They're kind of sparkly chrysanthemums, I think. Maybe some kind of mums. Not real sure. But they're sparkly. My daughter got some in red and pink and white. So I brought some home, and she had some to share with my granddaughter and some for her. So it served 3 purposes. Hey, why do you have to do this? Really? There's not a soul out there. It's going to be cold this weekend. It's going to get down to single digits here, I think, tonight. So, yeah, it'll be fun. Fun. I'm trying to back it down just a bit. It just seems a little bright to me. So, yeah, fun times. I'm trying to figure out what I was going to have for dinner, and I'm not real clear on that, but I got soups of all kinds, shapes in my freezer, so I might have some soup tonight. But, yeah. So it's been a morning. It's already like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so oh well, it'll be fine. And then I can stitch. Did I stitch? Oh, I worked a little bit on the Phoenix last night because I was just tired. I had to work 8 hours last night. And then a friend showed up, and they stayed until, well, about 10:15 or so. So by the time that they left, I was exhausted. I was just done in for the day. Goodness, I'm using 310 black, can you tell? Fun times. I gotta go back over here. Well, I guess there's 2 colors there. But we're almost through that, and then you get to start on the red flowers in the corner. I don't know if you can actually see what we're stitching in the picture or not. It's kind of a smallish type picture. But we're right here in this corner, so I've about got, like, right where my finger is, that little corner. So we're still working through the black up to the red. Beautiful red little flowers. I love them pink trees. Oh, they're just gorgeous. I think they're probably cherry trees. They're just gorgeous. And I'm sure they just smell heavenly. It's been 100 years since I had a cherry tree, but I don't believe it's that kind of cherry tree. I don't know. And I don't remember it blooming. It did, and it had cherries on it, but I can't remember what kind of cherries they actually were. That's when I lived in Denver the first time, back, oh gosh, 78, 79. Somewhere around there. It was special. But we canned cherries, and where am I? We made cherry jam. We made the cherry, what do you call it? Like a sauce. What is going on here? I went the wrong way. My bad. I was trying to stitch over a stitch that was already made. So I didn't work on too much last night. I just was done in. I ended up going to bed about almost 1 o'clock. And, yeah, I was up by 6 this morning. And the stitch place opened at, 9:30, I think. I promised him when I was in there that I'll be back next week for the thread, because I'll go in there and get the thread to start that blackbird that I have. I don't know. I've got some material. I don't think it's going to be very big. I have no idea. I'm just guessing. So I got 14 count, and I got 16 count, and 28 count. I don't know if I have enough 28 count to do it with, but for pity's sake, I keep hitting the wrong thing. It's a little difficult. Oh, would you come on? So, yeah. It's truly a mystery Saturday, because I didn't know what I'd have to work on, and then show you all the different pictures and stuff from the high tea. And I told my daughter we're having high tea for Easter. Now, my granddaughter's birthday is the 25th, I think, of March. So, yeah. And then Easter, I think, is that next week. And then top it all off, in between all that, is spring break. So, we'll see. We will see. So I think we've done all our visiting, and it's supposed to snow maybe today. They've been saying it's going to snow for a week, so I don't know. Either it's going to do something or it's not. Today, and then tomorrow, all day it's supposed to snow. So we'll see if that even transpires. It might be one of those light snows that doesn't stick too well or doesn't accumulate much. Goodness gracious, it keeps sliding. Yes, and I was there today. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious, I forgot to look. I did look for one of those toolboxy looking things that I was excuse me, talking about. But they didn't have any of those since they rearranged the whole store. So I have to go check out another avenue. They might have some at Amazon I can order. So we'll see. We will see. It's sticking to my hands. Goodness gracious. We're having a day here. We're having a day. Okay, when in doubt, you pull it all the way out and come back again. So, I don't have any plans for the rest of my weekend. I'm pretty much done. I'll stay at home, watch some floss tubers and YouTubers, and maybe even I'll listen to one of my audiobooks. So, I was thinking about making soup, but I'm not really in the mood to make some soup. And if I need soup, I can just get it out of the freezer. Because heaven knows, I've got enough in there. I found a whole bag of pork. I could make pulled pork sandwiches if I wanted to. So, we'll see how it all transpires. But planning on stitching most of the day. Trying to move along here. So, other than that, thanks everybody for saying what you were working on. I find it fascinating what people work on, you know, because I feel like I'm in a world all by myself, and this is what I'm stitching, but I never get to hear too much unless I ask about, you know, what other people are working on and what they like to work on and what trips their trigger. I love it. And I see it's kind of a mixed bag of tricks, if you will. I mean, there's some people working on counted cross stitches and some people working on the pre-stamped. So that's good. As long as we're stitching, I think everybody's good. You know, it takes everybody's minds off the world's problems. Because sometimes you just need to escape. And art has always been an escape for me. Just get out and do something different, and even if I gotta leave the house, you know, that's fine. But if there's no place to go or nothing new to look at, then I'm just as content to stay at home and stitch on something or work on a project that I'm working on. And I was hoping this weekend, speaking of projects, of taking my shelves apart. I mean, not apart, but taking everything off the shelves that are over my sink and rearranging all that, and I have a blender and I have a food processor that I use pretty much year round. But since I have cabinets, I should just stick them in cabinets where they can be, you know, put up, and then I'll have more room on my shelves. And I must have 25 boxes of tea that is over on the other side, because I keep all my food, you know, up there, like, you know, your gravy mixes and the oatmeal and that kind of stuff, and cereal and stuff like that. Not the canned stuff, because I keep that in the bottom. But I like to keep my dry goods, shall we say, up on the top shelf in case there's a mouse in the house somewhere. But you know that mouse, he comes out to help when when we're sewing. So, I haven't seen him in a while. I don't know if he left the country or, you know, he'll be bringing back his 40 cousins. But I haven't seen the mouse for a while. But I haven't been in a position where I'd see him running back and forth. And I haven't heard anything, so that's always a good thing. So, yeah, I don't know. But I got a little bit done on the Phoenix last night, so. Today I've got to pull that silly Christmas tree out that I'm working on. And see if I can get more of it done. And see where that goes. I haven't stitched on it for a couple days. But I gotta get it done. It's just ridiculous. Number 2 is becoming a curse. You know, I got 1 and 3 done. But number 2 is, you know, just not. I had to figure out where I almost stitched in the wrong place. Just have to get it out and work on it. And it'll be done soon. Still haven't figured out what I'm going to do with Linen and Threads 2021. I'm so mad at it, I could just spit cotton balls. Just totally over it. Tired of thinking about it. It makes my brain hurt having to figure that out too much. And I went to look for the thread for Blackbird, and I have 3 bags of nothing but thread. And they're just jumbled up and mixed up, and I don't have the right colors. And I'd find like 167, but I need 163, you know. It's irritating, to say the least. Irritating, to say the least. But I thought we could get across here, maybe. This is nice thread. And of course it says it's DMC. So they have really good thread. I only ran into one Joy Sunday that was bad, and that was that, what do you call it? Something about garden gathering or something. It has a bunch of birds sitting on a bunch of gardening tools, if you will. And the whole thing was off the square, so it wasn't stitching right. So, yeah, I may get that pattern again someday. Maybe from someplace else. I believe I got this from Amazon. I'm pretty sure, but it could have been AliExpress. I haven't ordered anything from AliExpress for a couple years. Since I found 123 Stitch. And I stopped buying a whole bunch of these pre-stamped. So the last time I bought the pre-stamped was like a couple months ago, and that had been the first time in probably a year and a half that I have bought any more pre-stamped projects. Whoops. Can't find my hole there. There we go. So, yeah. So I got a few things planned. Don't get too far ahead. You know, with those goals and agendas. Because plans just don't seem to work. Whoops. And I'd put this back in the, I have like a spare room. Whoops. Wrong place. With my other great big huge storage tub of all my pre-stamped cross stitch. And I forgot that I'd put it away. I picked up all that stuff after I did, what do you call it? My whip parade. So, yeah. I forgot that it got in there because I wanted to work on it. It's a full coverage. Or will be when it grows up and becomes a an actual project here that's finished. Well, we got that little square dead. We're just gonna go right. Whoops. Wrong corner. Wrong corner. So hopefully my granddaughter will like doing these things. Because she's going to start, when she turns 6 and then goes to 1st grade, she'll get to go to a Boys and Girls Club like her brother. But since he's 10, see, he's been going for a while. But he likes to go there, and that way she'll get to go this year because they have to be 6. And maybe they'll do some stitching there. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to try to finish up this little corner here. If I can just get the needle to go in there. Ouch. I gotta see what that is. I think it's a circle right there. We missed one. I think it's time to sit down and drink a cup of coffee. I got my coffee way over here. Just so I don't get my pattern wet. And I'm scared to death to go over there and sit in my recliner and start stitching. I'll be out like a light. So I don't go over there and stitch too much. I do my floss tubes from there, but sitting there, sorry about that, I forgot to turn that down. Yeah. So, who knows? Stranger things can happen. I can put music on YouTube and just sit back and relax. Alright guys, I think that is going to be it for today. We got that, I'm trying to lay it flat, hang on. Got that whole little section done. And this doesn't seem to be too confettied. I'm sure there's more, you know. I'm just focused right here. This right here is where I'm stitching. This is it. So I try to do one section at a time. So, alright. Well, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, stay healthy. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and please hit the bell, and that way you will know when my next video comes out. I'm trying to bring it down so you can see the whole picture. And we will see you next time. God bless. Keep stitching. Bye-bye.